Good morning, everyone. Today we are the Group 7 reporter, and our topic for today is trends and issues in teaching learners with difficulty seeing, hearing, and communicating. So here we have our objectives. At the end of the lesson, the students should be able to first define communication and its challenges. Next is identify trends in inclusive education. And lastly is recognize challenges faced by learners and teachers. So we have here communication as defined by Oxford Dictionary. Communication, it is the exchange of ideas or transmitting information from one another. You can transmit ideas by speaking, writing, and using other mediums. You must be wondering what are these other mediums. So some other mediums, these are the verbal, non-verbal, writing, and visualization. Now, when we say verbal, it is the communicating where using speaking or using our mouth, and non-verbal we use our hand gestures. Writing is an example is writing letters to our loved ones, and visualization we communicate using pictures or videos. The problem, however, with learners with communication disorder is that they have this inability to detect, comprehend words, and produce language. They struggle to find the right words to express their feelings or what they want to tell to you. And also, this can lead to misunderstanding. Meron ding possibility na hindi ma-receive ng receiver yung gusto mong ipahiwatig sa kanya. Next we have is helping children with communication disorders in developing social communication and reducing challenging behaviors. This is a study by Greg 2017 where he investigated strategies for children with communication disorders and how they can develop social communication and reduce challenging behaviors. These strategies include first, considerations for collaboration of parents, teachers, and service providers in initial planning. Next is communication modifications, and lastly, peer support. So, one of the strategy of Greg is considerations for collaboration of parents. Parents and teachers collaboration is very important because they can help and guide children with communication disorders overcome their challenges in their everyday life. And lastly, in the strategy that is included there is peer support. So, alam naman natin na ang peer support is very important, di ba? Kasi with the help of our friends and classmates, they can help in overcoming these challenges for children with communication disorder kasi they can interact with these children with communication disorder every day. They can help them practice talking, and they can also help them produce language step by step. With the help of them, they can overcome challenges and behaviors. Here, Greg emphasizes that collaboration of parents, teachers, and service provider is one of the key to set a planning or goal setting for children with difficulties in communicating. You must be wondering what is service providers. Service providers, it is like an organization where they help people that is in need. One of this is they have here is speech therapist. So speech therapists, they can help guide children with communication disorder. They can practice with them. They can practice how to produce language, how they can pronounce words, and how they can clearly express their feelings to who they want to communicate. So children with social communication disorder may not have positive interaction with their peers, friends, or classmates, but they are suggested to use some other modifications that are suggested. This includes the sign language, voice output device, and also the picture system communication. Sign language, it is where we use hand gestures to communicate our feelings to or what we want to communicate with other person. So what is a voice output device. We have here an example of what is voice output device. Voice output device is also where um karon is like mga kanang gina-download sa tablet sa mga bata. Yung kapag tinatap, example, itap mo yung A and it will make a sound a, and also there are sa animals din magamit din yun, where you only tap and then it will produce the music or a sound. It will produce a sound. Lastly is the picture communication system, where children with such difficulties use picture to communicate, and where, example, they want apple, so they will show a picture of an apple, and the parents should be able to guess that they want an apple or they want to eat an apple. So as children learn these basics, they are able to improve or enhance their challenges in their everyday life. The PCES, or the picture communication system, it is helpful for the children with such difficulties when they want to communicate with who they want to communicate with. Next is here Greg emphasizes that peer support is important for children with social communication disorder or communication disorder, because we all know peer support is makatabang jud ni siya para ma-boost ang self-confidence sa isa ka bata nga na mayroong social communication disorder. They can improve their self-confidence and ma-practice din nila yung how they produce their language. They can practice how to communicate effectively to who they want to communicate with. It is also important that we choose the right peers, because the right peer should be able to understand children with communication disorder. They should understand and help them and to overcome their challenges in their everyday life. Now that is all for my part. I will now pass it to my co-reporter, Miss Kathleen Permale.
A glorious day, everyone. I am Kathleen Lukim Nupermali, and I am your next discussant for this topic. My topic is all about social cognitive strategies in helping children with social communication disorders. Moreno Manso et al. In 2016 studied children in residential care with social communication disorder and assessed their social competence by examining how they used language in real interaction situation. So their study highlights the importance of developing social communication skills. Their study focused on how children use language in real-life interactions, including 1. Greeting and initiating conversation. 2. Asking and answering questions. 3. Requesting and refusing. And lastly, expressing opinions and emotions. So these skills are essential for building meaningful social interactions or relationships and improving overall communication competence. Next is teacher experience of remedial teaching for students with language disorders. Cruz Santos et al. In 2019 studied how children with language disorder receive remedial teaching in inclusive classroom in Portugal. So, their study found that while teachers understand the importance of supporting students with language disorder, many lack sufficient training and knowledge. This leads to challenges such as difficulty identifying students with communication disorders, limited ability to apply effective teaching strategies, or struggling in creating individualized education programs or IEPs. These findings emphasize the need for enhanced teacher training and professional development. Next is challenges for children, parents, and teachers in teaching children with speech sound disorder. So Daniel and McLeod in 2017 interviewed children with speech sound disorders and the important people in their lives lives to identify the challenges in supporting the development and education at school. So let's categorize them and identify it one by one. For learners, students with speech and language difficulties often experience low self-esteem, limited classroom participation or interaction, difficulty in literacy and academic tasks. So for us learners, it is very common to experience those. For parents, parents may encounter limited access to specialists, financial and time burdens in seeking support, challenges in assisting their child's development at home. For teachers, teacher may face difficulty addressing diverse challenges in adapting curriculum and teaching methods. Lastly, responsibility in identifying and supporting students without sufficient resources. So it is very common for us, diba, to experience those things, especially for parents who had the financial problems. So in conclusion, teaching learners with communication disorders requires a comprehensive and collaborative approach. While inclusive education provides opportunities for these learners, significant challenges remain, particularly in teacher training, resources availability, and supporting system. Strengthen collaboration among stakeholders, improving access to communication tools, and enhancing teacher preparation are essential steps toward creating inclusive and supportive learning environment. That's all for our report. Thank you very much.